Other nations seek to steal, copy, or control American intellectual property. And we had very, very little safeguards up. We had, in many cases, I would say, Marco, no safeguards. And now we have probably the best there is in the world. I think not enough focus has been put on China. And that's been for a long time. And we want to have big focus is on Russia. Not enough focus is on China and other countries, frankly, not just Russia and China. It's many countries we have to watch, and probably individuals also.
All right, so President Trump earlier today at the White House, he was talking about, among other things, his administration's response to the theft of intellectual property. This as trade talks with China are underway this week. Our next guest has been warning about China's IP theft for years and years, really. Gordon Chang is the author of The Coming Collapse of China and joins us now here in New York. Always good to see you, Gordon. The president talking about this to Marco Rubio, John Cornyn, and others there at the White House. Any sign we will make any progress on this? The Chinese will change their ways?
This will be very difficult because intellectual property theft is at the core of the Chinese system. And it's more than just that. You have a lot of cheating, a lot of stealing, a lot of lying that's sort of baked into Chinese society and has been for centuries. Now, we're going to try and change this, of course, and we actually have to, because innovation is at the core of our economy. And if we cannot commercialize innovation, we don't have very much of an economy.
And years, American companies have been going in there because, let's be honest, they have 1 billion people, 1.6 billion people in China. That's a lot of business. That's a big-time business opportunity, and they've made this trade-off because they've had to. They've kind of known this has been going on and had no other options. I wonder how we do change it. Is tariffs the answer in your view? Well,
if we don't have tariffs, the question is what? You know, a lot of people.
That is exactly the question.
A lot of people don't like tariffs, and they make complaints about it. But the point is, you got to do something. You got to impose a cost on the Chinese. And if you don't like tariffs, the only really effective alternative is just total import bans on Chinese products, which is far more drastic. Now, we very well may get there, Connell, but at this particular I think that there's a number of people talking about this, and there's a long progression of things we've been doing. First we started to talk with the Chinese, then we had agreements. The Chinese didn't honor them, so President Trump puts on tariffs. And, the next progression is even something which is more stringent. But at some point, we've got to do this because this is just core to our economy right now.
Now, one of the areas that kind of always works into this conversation is North Korea because the president kind of had said he'd held back on China a little bit, hoping he would get their help with North Korea. I'm not sure how well that worked out. I want to ask you about that in a moment. But we did learn today that Secretary of State Mike Pompeo is going back to North Korea next week. He will not meet, however, we're told, with Chairman Kim. What can we expect out of that visit, and how would you say the president has played all this, North Korea and China?
I'm not expecting very much from the visit. Kim Jong-un looks at his relations with the U.S. as being those with President Trump. Pompeo went to Pyongyang first week of July, was expected to meet with Kim. Kim didn't see him, and we shouldn't be surprised then because, Kim looked at it and said, look, I saw the president of the United States in June. Now. Seeing Pompeo is sort of a step down. The problem is that meeting in early July went very poorly, as bad as it could have done. And right now, the problem is you got China, Russia, even South Korea are busting sanctions.
So did the president's strategy here, using China and trying to leverage the North Korea situation, backfire in your view?
Well, it didn't backfire, and it's something we had to try because everyone expected it. But, it hasn't worked, and I'm glad that President Trump has now started to change his posture. But we need to put a lot more pressure on the Chinese because in the last several months, we have seen them relax border inspections, and that means a lot more goods are getting into North Korea that shouldn't be there. We have Chinese banks continuing to launder money for the North Koreans. This is unsustainable for us.
I think it's $50 billion in tariffs now on each side with more to come. So we'll see how it goes from here on out. Always good to see you, Gordon. Thanks a lot.